only here for the people who feel. In the last couple of weeks, we've had a number of planets go into retrograde, and if you are not feeling all of these shifts, I'm actually wondering why. Pluto has already been in retrograde. We've also had Saturn and Neptune go into retrograde. We just had Mercury also go into retrograde. And the South Node is in retrograde, and I'm not sure many people are really talking about this, but the point is we have been experiencing a shift, not only within ourselves, but also within the collective. So what are retrogrades? Retrogrades are a time when the planets are essentially turning backwards, or it seems as though they are slowing down. And it is a time for us to take a step back, to slow down, to allow things to be revisited, resurfaced, reprogrammed, repatterned, to reconsider how we have been navigating through the different themes of life. It's showing up in order for us to heal the thing that we are trying to keep concealed. I definitely had a couple crash outs last week. I actually thought I was going a little crazy, but then I looked at the sky. I'm assuming you all who are still here have experienced to some degree a level of crash out that you were not expecting. It's almost like it washed over you so quickly that you didn't even know what was going on until you were in it and until you got out of it. Like, what the fuck was that? I thought I already dealt with that. What I'm sharing is that everything that you experienced in the last week or more is in divine timing. And speaking of time, we're going to begin with Saturn going into retrograde because it is right next to Neptune in retrograde. This is Saturn, this is Neptune, and they're sitting in the chart like this. Conjunct in Pisces. Saturn is a planet that is ruling responsibility, and Neptune is about our dreams. During this time and during Pisces season, I am noticing how I don't believe I have time to create, but specifically creating around my own passions and my own desires and the things that I would want to put out in this world that is not solely doing work for other people in order to sustain my life. I start to feel as though I want to create. And maybe I will make time to create, but then halfway through the month, if I spend time painting for 2 weeks, well, this isn't going to bring me income. This isn't going to bring me stability. This isn't realistic. And it honestly hurts. It hurts every single year I do this to myself because I could see the pattern so clearly, and yet sometimes I don't make a change to shift that because of societal norms and the need to create some proper stability for myself, to take care of myself, to navigate in this 3D world. So then I may go into a pattern of applying to jobs to receive some money in order to pay rent the next month. And it's such a lie. If I actually allowed myself to spend time creating the things that I actually desire to create, eventually I would have a gallery of things that I could then share that can bring me income. I have been someone who is a nomad. I've left the corporate world because it just wasn't for me. Part of my magic, my purpose, my will for life is through travel. And that has also shifted in the way that I receive money. My desire is to also connect with clients who want to receive the medicine I have to share. I have not had the skills to convert to the degree that I would like to convert. And that's my honest truth. Obviously, I'm here and I'm talking about astrology and I'm sharing what I feel day to day. And there was a day that I was sat here looking at my computer, thinking about editing a video. I immediately started to feel like, well, what's the point? What's the point of editing a video that may not get so many views? Ego, Leo ego. We've also been experiencing Mars and the South Node that are inside of Leo, and I happen to have both of those placements in a house that is related to my worthiness. And as someone who went to school as a graphic designer, already going into that specific path was me believing that to be an artist, I will struggle. And the joke is really on me because either way, I've been struggling. And yet I still show up, I still do my best. I've needed to shift out of being solely a graphic designer, solely a photographer. And part of the thing that I resist the most is the thing that I need the most. And yet I don't believe I have the time to actually do it. In the last couple of days, I did start drawing. With Saturn being a sign that rules discipline, responsibility, organizing, systems, it was resurfacing what my long-term goals and desires are and putting a lot of pressure also around whether I even believe those visions, those possibilities are something that is truly available for me. And with Neptune retrograde conjunct Saturn, this inner dialogue between what we believe is possible and what we've been shown is possible based on societal norms that have literally been dismantling. With Pluto being in Capricorn, a dismantling of the systems and structures that have been upheld by colonialism, by patriarchy, by society, by men, by women. Let's say believing that men are leaders. Like, how does that even make sense? We're upholding these structures, knowing damn well that it doesn't actually feel resonant to us and in our body. And for our expansion, we're all holding ourselves back. We are seeing this happen in the exterior in many ways, but all of this is an inside job. These planets are not playing. I am here to be a creator, as well as help guide people to be their own creator, help people to see their pattern, their power, their leadership. The leadership role has also been coming up because there's parts of me that would doubt my own leadership because of the struggles that I have been through or the struggles I'm going through. And I'm here to share with you that truly all of that does not matter. What matters is if you are sticking to your blueprint, your mission, your vision, and really believing and taking the time, Saturn ruling time, to do the thing you say you're going to do, to be the thing you say you're going to be. The midheaven is the highest point in the sky at the time that you were born, and this reflects who you are here to be in the public eye and the mission that you set out to achieve. And for me, that's in Pisces. And Pisces is the creator, it's the artist, it's the musician. It is here to embody the limitless version of ourselves. And I have done nothing but limit myself because that's not how society deems I can be successful long term. I have watched thousands of artists on these platforms just looking at how they just get to create all day. And I would think to myself, like, it's not safe for me to do that because I've been in survival mode probably my entire life. And for all of you who have experienced the same thing or you have moved through a time of survival, I really see you, feel you, hear you, and send you so much bliss and compassion while you are on your journey, because the nervous system is one of those things that if you don't regulate it, it regulates you. If I don't make a fucking change, it is going to change me into a person I don't desire to be. And that, to me, is more scary than anything else. In Cancer, the foundations, the home, the stability, the nurture and care that we need, not only for our nervous system, but also our inner child. As I've been taking more time to rest, I am asking myself questions like, what does it really mean to be an adult? And the message that immediately came to me is that to be an adult is to potentially release everything that we believe adults are supposed to be. For me, being an adult is not being an adult at all. Because to follow the perception of what it means to be an adult is the thing that is holding me back in my fullest expression. I've had plenty of conversations in relation to having a child, being a mother, things that I don't desire ever on this timeline or any timeline. And at the same time, I'm witnessing how I really need to mother myself. And that is language that I don't even like to use because I'm not here to be a mother. While I am figuring out how to redefine what this looks like, there is an element of what I am moving through where I need to believe that I can take care of myself with the skills and the passions, the desires, the creativity, the talents that I have, that I exude, that I embody. But I have to fully embody who I am, no longer pretending that this is just okay. It's not okay anymore. What I'm being called to do in these moments of reflection is to not take life so serious in the way that I have been taking it serious based on everyone else's idea of life. I think that's been very damaging to a lot of us who were so sensitive, we're so gifted. We are multi-talented, multi-passionate people. And for some people, niching down is very safe. And for me, it's the complete opposite. And to be honest, even reflecting this week with a friend in relation to astrology and how I show up on these social platforms, I have been afraid that if I keep going down this path, I'm going to pigeonhole myself into only talking about astrology. And I'm so much more than that. It's time for me to stand 10 toes down on that. I will be on this specific platform and the other platforms sharing my photography, sharing my art, sharing my other passions, and sometimes sharing without astrology at all. We do have Venus as well as Uranus inside of Taurus. What we are experiencing is absolutely a shift and a change within our financial systems and structures, but we're also seeing a change and a shift within our own values. It's almost as though it's time to actually cut out all of the noise. Also with Jupiter being in Gemini, I've never heard neurodivergence until a few months ago, maybe. And that's a topic for another day. But for right now, communication is huge. This is with social media. This is with the news. This is with the programming. This is with technology. But it's also with our nervous system. And your nervous system needs to know that it is safe for you to be you. Because that is the only way that we could get to the next level that we desire. We can no longer play it safe. We can no longer play small. We can no longer come in between our individuality. I already experienced a lot of changes in ego deaths, but it's almost as though all of this is coming back up for us to actually move through the last inches of the tunnel and the darkness that we may have been experiencing, for us to truly see the light and the reward on the other side. And I'm someone who doesn't want to see or experience what life looks like if I don't get it together. Like, girl, like, are you learning the lesson? Saturn is the gatekeeper. It is a planet that essentially contracts until you allow your own expansion. And what do many people say? Pressure creates diamonds. I am saying here and now that I'm taking myself serious in more joy, more play, more passion. And if other people think that that is the wrong line of action, that's not my business. I'm choosing to believe that I have all the time in the world to create, to experience my joy, to experience my passions, to experience my inner child, to color outside and inside the lines, to create the things that I've been thinking about for far too long. And I am here to support any single one of you who are also navigating through similar things. With Neptune being in retrograde, sometimes we can be escaping reality, because it feels like to step into that next level, what would I have to release in order to expand? And it's very important for every single one of us to be so in tune with what this looks like. If you've forgotten who you are, my invitation to you is go look in a mirror and look at yourself. Ask yourself, what does it mean to be an adult? What does it mean for you to be you? What does it mean for you to show up completely different from what you practice your entire life? Some of us have been practicing society's game for so long that we don't recognize ourselves until we're having the crash out and we're like, why is this coming up again? Astrology is not a tool to make excuses for the different things happening within your life. The way that I use this specific tool is to do the shadow work so that I can step more into my light. When I'm choosing to do this shadow work, I'm also inviting you to the stage, because this is a togetherness that is required in order for us to really step into the most ideal world spiritually, collectively, that we desire. Take what resonates from my reflections and leave the rest. Anything that I am sharing, it is through my own experience. I'm not the type of astrologer that's only going to talk about the signs, the planets, and the houses. I'm here to help you feel astrology. No more of this mainstream regurgitated energy. It's time for us to actually look at our cycles that we are navigating through so that we can all expand. Should you desire to work with me, all of the links are below in the description, and I look so forward to meeting every single one of you who feel called to work with me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe and share with a friend. The more people I get to share this message with, the more people get to be in alignment. And not necessarily with me, but with yourself. I'm here to literally help you see you. So with that, y'all will see me in the next video. Bye.